She Talks Live is back with combos about our journey to wellness with me, Latiesha Handie, and featured co-hosts from the She Tribe.
Well, my name is Latiesha Handie, and I am the founder visionary of She's Got Purpose right here in the city of Hampton.
Sharing our journey to wellness
with music to keep you jumping,
with tips, tools, and tidbits, guiding you on your journey to better health and wellness.
And we're back. Welcome to She Talks Live podcast from She's Got Purpose. I, Latiesha Handie, along with the She Tribe co-host sisters. Hey, it is another week. Can y'all believe that we are in February? I know this is our third episode, but in the month of February, recognizing African American History Month. And just last month, our trailblazer who took it from Ruby Bridges, you know, she paved the way. It always takes somebody to step before you to make the steps available for you to succeed. Our first person of color, Vice President Kamala Harris. I mean, isn't that something to be excited about?
Yes, very exciting.
Yes, we are so excited about that. And just to think, next month we will be leading into our episode 2 for the first, second, and third Sunday of the month of March, when we are going to be recognizing Women's History Month. Are y'all ready?
We ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She ready.
Yes, she is ready, and she is ready to set the plan. We are setting the plans for our purpose from a continuation of last week, where we talked about the pursuit of purpose. We also shared with you in our first episode about She's Got Purpose and our journey to wellness and how you could stay connected. So today, we're going to talk a little bit more about setting the plan for your purpose. So the thing you live to exist for. I'm going to bring my sisters back into the room so they could just tell us about purpose and planning and what that looks like for them. So if you could give us a scenario or a story of when you had to be intentional about planning your purpose and what that looks like, will help us and our audience to stay connected so that they can grow and learn too. Well, aren't we shy? It's like we all don't want to jump in at once, but when we're talking about planning our purpose, thinking about something that we've had to plan and it being purposeful, what did it look like and what were some tips that you took away from it?
I would say my journey now. I shared first episode about me taking this big leap of faith and leaving my full-time job, which I've been at for 12 years, and stepping out to work for myself and walking my purpose that I know, understanding my why. It took a lot of planning, which included paying down some debt and a lot of prayer and fasting and talking with my husband. We have a lot of goals together. So really just prioritizing that, getting our stuff together. And even despite everything that happened through COVID-19, I was still able to take that leap. But that came from the planning, the setting it in motion, the writing it down, and following through with it, being intentional about the things that I said I was going to accomplish during 2020, so my 2021 would look different and I'd be able to walk in the purpose that I have.
Yeah, I agree. It's important to be intentional about our movements. I know for myself, one of the things that I started doing as a creative craft was vision boarding. And so every year I set a vision board since about 2013, 2014 about the direction in which I wanted my life to go through or go forward with. And so the first year I did 2014 and 2015 together. And I thought, oh, well, I just need one binder to kind of visualize what I want to do for the next couple of years. So I said, oh, I want to get married, or I wanted to be engaged. And I wanted to have the car of my dreams, which was a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Lexus. I said that I wanted to continue education and graduate with my first degree. And so as I put these things up there, and I wanted to be health conscious, and I was still going through that today of being health conscious rather. But I put those things on the board, and I guess because it was my first experience, the universe or the Almighty wanted to show me the power of putting your word into motion. And so it seemed to just happen miraculously. That first year, I was able to, well, I wasn't able, I got engaged, I got engaged. I was able at that point to get the car of my dreams. My first luxury car was a BMW 328i. And then I graduated from St. Leo my first year with an associate's with liberal arts. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this board really works. And so that next time I was like, oh, I'm not going to put 2 years together because I wanted to be greedy. So I said, I want everything I can get 1 year at a time so that I could set higher goals for the next year. So in 2016, I said, okay, I want to do this. And by that time, 2014 had passed, got engaged, 2015, got married, moved, started a new career. So it seemed like everything was just happening for me at that point. It just kept happening for me. Everything that I imagined, seeing, and believed for just manifested in my physical reality. Then when I moved to 2016, I said, okay, well, I want to be the boss. I want to start changing my path. I started picking out images and phrases that connected to what I wanted. I became a city employee. I moved from being in 1 degree to 2 degrees. I wanted to be more of a community service. So I started being a volunteer coordinator at a women's shelter. And so it was like, oh my gosh, it's happening for me. But then things got difficult. So it was like the universe said, that's enough of just giving you things without work. So 2017 came and I was like, oh, I got this. I'm going to make this little creative tool and it's going to bring me everything I want. The universe said, now that you're not an infant and you can see what we can do, it's time for you to walk. So, as an infant, you carry the child, or as a newborn, you carry the child until it's ready to be mobile on its own, until that child or that entity is ready to crawl and then eventually walk. So by 2017, I created the vision board, but things weren't happening as swiftly as I had them before. You know how we get caught in those places where it's like, this is familiar, right? What happened was that in addition to me creating the vision, I had to now work the plan. So it was like, this is what you want. And you can have anything you imagine, see, and believe for, and anything you ask for in prayer and you believe you have received, it shall be yours. But that customary comment that faith without work is dead was really coming into fruition with my plans. So now, in addition to the vision board, I had to start creating specific movements to obtain the things that the universe, that the Almighty had said, you're going to get this. But I need you to put in your portion of the effort. And that's when I started utilizing tools that I had learned from the experiences that he had been preparing me with, or the entity had been preparing me with, depending on how you subscribe to God or the Almighty. It was everything that he was teaching me along the way. It's like, I'm going to send you to college because I need you to understand about SMART planning, to being specific, to being measurable, to having obtainable goals, to being realistic, and to making them timely. And now, once I put you through those situations, I want you to use this through the course of your life. I was mad, y'all. I was mad because I was so used to it just happening for me, but it required some spiritual muscle that I gained over time. Have y'all had that type of experience?
Yes, I have had that exact experience. I've always been known to, they call me Side Hustle Sally, because I always have some kind of hustle going on. We're always working 2 or 3 jobs. And so I got to a place where I was working for the city, and I was like, oh, I'm going to work my way up. I'm starting from the bottom and I'm gonna just work my way up. And what happened was I got to a threshold where I was applying to things, didn't get the job, applying to things, got the interview. I'm like, okay, I got it. Nope, no, you don't. Good. I went through 14 applications.
Wow.
In the city, and did not get any of those opportunities. Mm-hmm. And so what that did to my confidence in that losing season is what I call it, was really instrumental in kind of who I am now. I realized that it wasn't just going to be given to me. First of all, I thought it was all about me, really. I was like, oh, no.
Come on now.
I had to kind of bring myself down a couple of notches, humble myself, and restructure and set a plan and work the plan so that I could really make some gains in the direction that I wanted my career to go. So I absolutely know that feeling that you're talking about. Been there, done that, and plan to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
And we plan to read that book.
Right.
I think that's amazing that you shared a similar story. I know many of you have participated in activities with She's Got Purpose about actualizing your dreams. And so throughout the course of events that we have, the annual wrap up, just to talk about where we journey and where we're going next, we always speak into our future. So there's some type of activity at those events where you are manifesting in that moment by the written word what you want to accomplish and what it is that you are asking and seeking and praying for, so that we can, one, come into connection with that. But I think the missing piece, as Tisha and I talked about, was, so after you have this experience that, okay, we've come together with women, they've inspired us to imagine, see, and believe in our unlimited possibilities, then what's next? And if I could, Tish, if you'd like to share, those comments that we talked about as what's the next step after you've gotten that?
I think, like we shared in the previous podcast, is just being transparent with each other is what we actually really need. And speaking of the vision board that you said, I'm gonna confess, I have not done a vision board for 2021. I am going to do one. But I went back to look at my vision board for 2020, and I had put a picture of a car. In October 2020, I got a new car.
Oh, congratulations!
So, I mean, it does help to have women in your life to help you and guide you, and then to know where you want to go with your own plan. I think it's very important to plan, excuse me, so that you're not just like wandering in the wilderness. We had to guide each other. We have to have a goal. And so, being attached to you is helping me, and the other ladies in the She Tribe is helping me guide through that, because I don't have it all together. We think we do, but we really don't, so we need a She Tribe, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yes, it is so good to be a part of a tribe where we feel supported and encouraged through the courses of our life. I put up there on my 2019, was it 2019, y'all, when I got the new car, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I think it was 2019. Yeah, I was like, oh, I want a new Mercedes. And actually in African American History Month it wasn't African American History Month, it was Martin Luther King's birthday, January. I was able to pick up a new car that was totally unexpected, because I didn't know that it was going to come that fast. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is just a blessing. And more so than material things, I put things up there that connect to me, that I feel as if these words are important. So in 2019, also during a pandemic, I had on my vision board, invest, and it was really, really big. And so my mom was telling me, because this is how we sometimes do, that invest means that find out how to invest in stocks, right? Or find out how to make your money work for you. Go get insurance or whatnot. And so I did do all of those things. I enjoyed an investment club. I did acorns. I also purchased more on my whole life insurance. And then that wasn't it. I was thinking, okay, I've done everything that the vision board told me to do, but sometimes eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard. That's all that's in store for you. So in the middle of the pandemic, when everything kind of stopped, I went full throttle in helping people and serving people. And I took my eye off of my vision for me and put it towards people. And the reward it exceeded anything that I could even believe. And I was able to a house in the middle of a pandemic. And so I wasn't in the process of buying a house. The word said invest. So I didn't think that was going to happen for me. But when you tap into the thoughts of your mind, sometimes it reveals to you a story of what you couldn't even think could be there for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely.
The power of manifestation, really being able to hone in to what you desire and what you deserve, and the universe reciprocates that. And you pouring into other people and serving others, the natural reciprocation is that it's gonna come back. Pressed down, shaking together, running over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say too, one of the things that I took from one of your events that I still consistently do is I remember writing down my visions. I can't remember what year, but it was on a sticky. I remember I picked, I think it was a pink sticky that I chose.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was shaped like a butterfly.
That was 2018.
Okay. And I actually ordered butterfly shaped stickies shortly after that. And I don't have a prayer closet because I don't have, my closet not big enough. But I have a prayer wall. So it's an empty wall in my closet. And I have different things that are meaningful to me. But I also put my visions and my prayers on these stickies. And
my gosh.
I stick them up so they're behind my door, and I can look when I do my morning prayer. I look at them and I say, "Okay, this one's done. Okay, this one's done," and I leave them up there for the duration of the year. So that is one. That is one part of life, that I will never let go of because it is extremely powerful and has really worked.
Yes, awesome. It is a powerful tool to write it down and make it plain so that those who read it can run with it. Because as I've said in previous episodes, that words cast spells and what's written is real. And so as soon as you can put that pen to paper, anything, just dream big, sometimes you think with your own might that whatever you're imagining is too big for you to have. But I guarantee if you just trust the process and try your hand and just write it down, just be brave enough to write that big thing down, that thing that you keep praying and thinking that I don't know if I can have it, because I'm going to tell you something. Those butterflies were purposeful because they talk to me about the transition of life. So they represent a part of your life where it is time for you to fly. And you don't get to that without going through some things to get there. There's a whole course of life that you will go through to transition and to go into that metamorphosis of you being able to soar and plant your seeds into other people's lives. But one of those things that we have to do and be mindful of is setting the plan. So how do we plan for our purpose. We've talked about a hint of things. The first step is to writing whatever it is that you wish to accomplish down. When we talk about the journey to wellness, it isn't just about your physical health, it's about your entire health. So that being your social connections, your emotional stability, your occupational wellness, your environment that you're in. Do you like where you live? Do you like where you associate? Do you like the people that you're around? Do you need to improve your personal relationships with your family, friends, spouse, or if you're single? Is it someone that, well, not someone, we'll just say praying for that someone to come into your life, not a particular someone, because sometimes God will surprise you and who you thought you wanted ain't nearly as good as who he got for you. Or, you know, so I would say just being specific enough to allow the universe to deliver you your portion, that you allow and trust the process that whatever is delivered to you within good reason is for you, because some things are sent as a test. That's why we have testimonies where we think, oh, this is our Boaz, or that's my house, or this is a job I'm supposed to take, and you wondering why you haven't advanced because you jumped on the first thing that you thought was the light. Girl, that was the darkness. Run. But the first thing,
Run, Forrest.
Run for it. But the first thing you need to do is write it down. What would be the next step, ladies, that you would recommend to manifesting and setting the plan for your purpose?
I would say self-evaluation. Basically, what's realistic at this point in your life? Like, obviously, like personally, I want to go to the moon. Like, that's a personal goal. Am I going to get there today? No, I'm not going to get there today. But I can make small steps that will have major impacts to me getting to the moon. That's what I believe. Like, but it's just like, yeah, self-evaluation, and then that will, you know, what can I do realistically today within my reach today to get me to my ultimate goal? But because I think we talked about it before, your mindset has to be in the right place for this plan to take off. I mean, I don't care if you have the best height. If you got, what's the man name that was what's the man, Don King, the hype man of all time. You know, you're the best. You know, you can have everybody telling you, you know, da 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 da. You can do this, you can do it, but your mind, this thing that sits on top of your shoulders, has to be in the right space mentally and also emotionally. Emotionally, you got to get the emotional intelligence also, you know, in line, and that really helps me personally with my plans and my goals, because I will talk myself out of like everything if my mind isn't in it.
So having a set mind, and you said one of my favorite lines too, break things down in smaller, more manageable pieces. Take it step by step. Don't try to look at the whole picture, look at the now. And so I know there was others that would be able to add benefit to that. What are some other tips to setting the plan towards your purpose?
I would say learn. Throughout my goals, whatever goal that I set, I really commit to it, and I take to learning. I'm reading about it. I'm reading about the things that I've set. I'm looking at other people's journeys. Some of the things, because I think we miss out. Sometimes we compare ourselves. We miss out on missing the things that we can learn from the struggles that other people have went through. That's going to help us along. So I read, and I just get to, you know, talking about it, just to further prepare myself to be, to catapult myself to continue to go, because you got to have that strength behind you and put that intention into it.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off of that, the keeping the momentum, when you're setting the plan and you're executing the plan, You know, we have down days. You know, we have days where we don't want to do certain aspects. We don't want to bite off that little part of of the goal. And I think that's very important. You have to literally, like, I know I have to schedule in time where I get motivation. It's, you know, water speaks to me. So there's some times where I just have to get to the beach. I have to get to the water where I can sit and kind of just think. There are times where I have to listen to, it depends on my mood. Like some mornings I wake up and I'm like, all right, I want to listen to E.T., Eric Thomas. Yeah. And some mornings I'm like, oh, nah, so I want to be a Sarah Jakes. I'll need a little spiritual, you know. It just really depends on my flavor and how I'm feeling that particular. But I know that I need that periodically to keep me going so that I can hone in on, okay, the plan, okay, this is what the goal is. Okay, today I'm going to bite off an hour of this or 30 minutes of that. And so, yeah, I definitely believe that keeping the momentum going by getting that motivational piece is good.
Yes.
That's good. When I think of setting the plan, I think of just getting started. Like, just start. Just go to work. Do something, you know, and when you say wellness, of course, people think of weight and weight loss. That would be one of my key points. I did really good at maybe 2014, 2015. I had joined a weight loss plan and lost 30 pounds and everything. Thought I was real cute. Yeah, I said that was 2014. So yeah, we're 2020. And I want to get back there, but I have so many before pictures in my phone that I'm like ready to see the after. I want to get back there, but I just need to start this journey of the weight loss. Stop eating those foods. My friend, he jokes me and be like, oh, so you eating your journey cookies? Like, don't come for me. I'm going to do this thing one day. So start, go to work.
Yes, start, go to work. I like it. I like start, go to work, and I like setting the environment to plan. So when Rashina was like, she needs a little bit of Sarah Jakes, or she needs a little bit of I'll just say P-Funk for the purposes of making the comparison. I need a little God and a little trap music.
Right.
You and your body, yada, yada.
You know, or people down. It depends on what type of encouragement I need. If I'm working out, I need that Megan.
Absolutely.
If I'm trying to get my spirit right and work in the office, I'm gonna need some TD Jakes to speak to my soul and say, "This is your season."
Right.
Really? That's true. That's true.
Yeah. That's right.
You know, I'm not fixed in my selections, but
music is therapy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, music is therapy.
It is.
And just start, you know, if you've got some things that you're tired of looking at, if there's some challenges that you really want to overcome, you have to trust yourself to start, and you learn along the way. You know, a lot of people start things new each and every day. A podcast for me was new from the element of the way that we traditionally did She Talks Live during normal times, post or pre-pandemic, because post is after, pre is before. Pre-pandemic, we were in a storefront. We had a partnership with a major company to have our live shows there. But here goes the pandemic and me just being tired. If I can be truthful, here we are with another wonderful opportunity, because a problem creates an opportunity. But before I even move into how we remain accountable, I want to hear from our baby of the group, the assistant, Kennedy, about what she does to put her plans in motion. You got something for us, Ken?
I don't know. I'm kind of working on it now with all the school stuff again. I'm working on it, my goal and stuff for that now. So I mean, I'm working towards it. Maybe in 2-3 months, ask me again. But I'm working on it.
Well, I'm glad to see you working on it. I think you don't give yourself enough credit, because when I tell you, you have been vigilant in planning every college you wanted to go to away from here. Filling out those scholarships to make sure that you had enough resources. You have been your own best advocate But I think that the other part of that is that you had support. And so as we move into, once we set the plan, how do we plan to succeed? I think the accountability factor has to be present. Accountability looks for me like tracking. Prior planning prevents from poor performance. And that's one of the statements that I carry and bleeds over to every area of my life. So, for instance, my bills, I manage them with a book. We plan that. I still write it out. I'm old school. With my brand, I write that out and I'm scheduling things and I'm being intentional about connecting with people that know more than I know in certain areas, that they will be able to support, uplift, and empower me to be my best by providing their services. It's important to reach out to people to figure out the pieces that you don't know. So if you have a big dream, it doesn't mean that you can't accomplish it. It means that you need to connect with the right people that have the power to move you forward. And then with that, in writing things down and having an accountability tracker, I am able to effectively plan my purpose. So Journey 21 for me has been the year that I've been intentional about sharing how I move. And that means that I have weekly updates on my goals. I put it down on a piece of paper. It looks almost like a calendar. And if you don't have one, don't worry about it because something will be coming soon. But to hold you accountable. So once you create the vision board, what happens next? How do you walk through the plan? How do you have a support system in place? It's important to get you a tribe. So, for example, as I've mentioned in other podcasts, that one of my focus is health and wellness. Chelsea has gone through the journey of being well and whole. And so I'm using the platform that she has provided to also apply that to my own life. So she is my wellness guide and she helps me prepare my meals and teaches me. Now, the first thing I did was write down that I need to meal prep. Simple as that. Then when I wrote down that I need to meal prep, I also put I need to move more to reach the goals that I have, which is to reduce hypertension and lose weight and also have more energy throughout the day without having to take a BC. And so with those things, it was like, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming because how do I do these things? Because if I knew how to do them, I would have done them before now, or I was just too lazy to do them. Nonetheless, I didn't do them, right? So then I had to figure out, well, who knows what I need to know? Chelsea knew what I needed to know. Who knows how to make sure that I'm legitimized as a business? Dr. Let knew what I needed to know. So I connected with people who knew how to create outstanding optics for events that are in person. Miracle Custom Event Consulting knew what to do. Who is able to support me with these empowerment events? I connected with Tish. Tish was able to be the support and aid and guide during most of those events and has been that support. So in addition to setting the plan, it's important to be accountable. And to build accountable partners. What does that look like for you all?
I think of wise counsel when you think of accountability partner or factor. You want to connect with somebody that's trying to get to, or you want to connect with someone with that is where you want to be. Excuse me. That's what I was trying to say. If you want to get better with finances, then you go to someone that's good in finances, or need help with mental health, then your friend could be a therapist and you get that mental health in that counsel session over a glass of wine for free. Like, you want to connect with people that are in the position where you're trying to get to. That's, for me personally, who I would connect with.
I definitely believe in having a coach and having a mentor. I have several mentors, but I have one particular coach that I work with consistently just to get myself in line. Helps me to prioritize what's on my plate, what I need to give time and attention to, and does so in a very compassionate way. So I think finding a coach who has a style that works for you and can give you everything, the good, the bad, and everything in between, about yourself, so that you can have some direction. So definitely, even the therapist has a therapist, the doctor has a doctor, so as women who are leaders and who are wearing these many hats, as we alluded to in past episodes, I think it's important for all of us, to have a mentoring coach to give us kind of the game plan, to help us tweak our game plans and stick to the game plan. So definitely, and a coach. Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So as we have the accountability partners, as we are seeking and searching for mentors and consultants and people to help us plan our purpose, set the plan and put it into motion, I think it's appropriate now to talk about ways that people can connect with us and to continue the conversation as they are looking for ways, methods, and people to resource as they are setting the plan and moving forward in pursuit of purpose. We are on a journey to wellness, ladies, and this is your opportunity to join the tribe. I know that we may not have said it in the beginning, but we hope that you will continue to follow us on IG, She's Got Purpose, Facebook, She's Got Purpose, and our website, she'sgotpurpose.com. We also have our podcast where you are listening now on your favorite podcast station. Hopefully that's anywhere you'd like to be, because we want to be where you're at, connecting with you on every level of your life to be your best version. This is our first episode. We finished it. We finished our first season, February episode 1, 2, and 3. And we are ready to connect in March during Women's History Month to do a little bit more each and every step. So I'm going to turn it over to my She Tribe, my support, my sisters, to tell you how you can stay connected and get supported from the resources that they have. So Rashina, I'm going to give it to you.
All right. So I have a platform called Divas That Dialogue, and really it's a safe space that I invite women to come into, where we talk about taboo topics. We talk about life after divorce. We talk about sexuality and sensuality. We talk about the poverty mindset and getting out of that. We talk about all types of great things in regards to people feeling comfortable not being able to talk about it in other elements. And it's women from all walks of life. So there's a lot of different perspectives in the room. And I also have different professionals that come in and that will give their advice depending on their expertise. So if you are interested in being a part of the dialogue, you can reach me on Facebook at Rashina Harris. You can just message me and let me know that you are interested in Divas That Dialogue, and I will get you set up with sending that link to you. We meet every third Saturday of every month, and we start at 7 p.m. So hopefully you can join us at some point, and bring your wine and your notepads and an open mind, and let's dialogue.
Yay, I can't wait to dialogue with Divas That Dialogue and continue my health and wellness journey with Chelsea. Chelsea, you want to tell people what they can expect and how you can support them?
You can reach me at my IG, Mrs._Well of Hope 08. I'm on Facebook as well, but more so it's on Instagram. And basically there I share my journey of nutrition, how I basically went through the journey of healing myself, and I lost like over 100 pounds, and I just went and I give cooking tips, I give nutrition information, science, it's all of that. And also coming soon, consultation, and also apparently I'm a chef now because of teachers. But yeah, that's me. Handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, she cooks for me every Sunday, and I love it. 13 pounds in 26 days. I'm proud. I'm gonna be so fine. I just don't know what to do. I said it last week, but I want to keep reminding y'all. So as we move forward, TL Payne Consultant, tell the people where they can find you, how we can connect, and about your retreat we've got coming up.
Yes, so you can find me at Dr.Tamika Latt on Instagram, and then TL Payne Consulting on Facebook, wellness, small business, and just overall legacy planning consultant. So I work a lot with the human services field and just helping individuals reach their best self. So I do offer wellness retreats, and She's Got Purpose. Latiesha is going to be our guest at our wellness retreat in May, and I will have a couples retreat in October, which is in a partnership with Adisha Brown of Enchanting Events by Adisha. So we are partnering to do these retreats to help people to be their best selves in whatever situation you're in, whether it's you being your best self for yourself, you being your best self in your relationship, any aspect. We're here to help you reach that lasting legacy.
And legacy is what we will be building. Thank you, Dr. Lett. Thank you, She Tribe. Thank you. I love you all so much. This has been another fabulous She Talks Live podcast, where we are inspiring women to imagine, see, and believe in their unlimited possibilities by sharing reflections from our own journeys and hopefully providing tips and tidbits as we support each other in our empowerment. We have finished our first season. Come on. Season 1 done. Yes, and we hope that you will join us back here in March, the first, second, and third Sunday of the month at 5 on your favorite podcast channel. You can also visit our YouTube as She's Got Purpose. Stay connected. Get with Divas That Dialogue, TL Payne Consulting, and Chelsea Health and Wellness. You will not be disappointed. If you want to come up, connect with them, connect with us, because we going places. We going places.
You better come on.
So I hope, all of that. Hey. So we hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next month during Women's History Month. This broadcast of She Talks Live has been brought to you by Refinement Studios. If you would like to connect, please visit them at refinement.com. More information to follow in the credits. See y'all next month. Bye. Meet us on YouTube at she'sgotpurpose.com the first, second, and third Sunday at 5.
Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
Can't wait to meet you on the journey, partner.
We'll see you at the top.
Can't wait to take this journey with you all.
Will you journey with us?
Bye, guys.